Everybody, it's Lo-Fi Megalovania. That's what we're listening to. I'm Jason Hahn. We're not just here to listen to Lo-Fi Megalovania, we're here to say I'm back. I've said that before a lot of times. I'm like Markiplier and like, I'm back, and then I'm not back, but then I'm back, and I'm not back. And this time, I'm as back as I was all those other times, which means I genuinely mean it right now, but give it a week, I might forget. But that's okay. Some stuff. I got a new headset. My other one broke, so it was old. I mean, it wasn't that old. I mean, I had it since like 2018. I don't know. Is that old for a headset? I don't know. But now I got this new one. It fits me. It suits me. I know what kind of man I am. I am the Kraken Kitty kind of man. And I'm trying using the microphone on this because, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's better than the other microphone. The other microphone is further away because this is my other microphone and it's up here and it's so far away and I gotta, like, shout so I can talk into that one. I feel like I have to. It's a bit more echoey, that other one. And this one, I also have the ability to go, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Thanks for coming on to the screen today." Wait. You guys hear double audio. Desktop audio tracks me, tracking my... But that just makes me louder. How does that work? Should I just not monitor my audio? I guess I shouldn't, but I really like... Because, okay, what I'm seeing, a desktop audio. I have desktop audio going, and desktop audio is capturing me listening to myself. And I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I want that to be happening, and I think it is happening, which is... Do you guys notice? Is it audio? Let's get 3 levels of audio going in here. Because, okay, what I'm seeing, a desktop audio. I have desktop it sounds audio. All right. Desktop audio is capturing me listening to myself. And is the... Hang on, pause. If I like that. I don't know if I want that to be happening, and I think it's all right. Which is... Do you guys notice? Is it audio? Let's get 3 levels. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't know. We're fine. Stop. Shut up me. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye me. Okay. I think it's okay. I think it's all right. I don't know if it's... I don't know. We're back. Okay. We are here to play a game. It is known as Powerwash Simulator. We're going to be going back to Midgar, and we are going to be cleaning 7th Heaven. I don't know jack diddly squat about Final Fantasy. What do Z and X do? Z and X don't do anything. Why would you tell... What is Z and X? Why did I... I don't know. Gotta start with the pizza sign. It's so upsetting to see the bar looking like this. I know Tifa Lockhart. I know that name. Those dings are real loud. Let's turn their dings down. What is a ding sound like? UI? We'll turn down the UI. I think that's what that is. Oh, we gotta have the sword as well. The Buster Sword. I know it's not the fanciest, but it's like home to us and our regulars. A place for people to get homemade food and escape the daily grind. So, as is per usual in my Powerwash streams, I'm just gonna be cleaning and talkin', as the description of this video says. Oh, those are holes, and I'm seeing the outside. Oh, that's where the muck is. Yes. Okay, I'm actually gonna tab out for a second so we can go. Okay, now we're good. So, where have I been? Basically, I've been sitting around my room, not really doing anything. Basically, I have been a wee bit sad. Not because, I don't know. I have just been feeling really lazy, and I was in a bit of a rut where I just didn't enjoy playing video games for a bit. But now I'm back. I've been playing Hollow Knight. I've played like 5 hours or so of Hollow Knight so far. I like it. I like Hollow Knight. And I like playing games again, and that makes me good. It was for like a week. I mean, okay, the first bit that I was gone and I wasn't uploading videos since I started, I don't know. I miss a lot of uploads, and then I just miss more because I'm like, well, you know, I already missed one. I can miss another, and I get real lazy with it. I have a better upload schedule than Markiplier, though. That's just one thing that I always try to maintain. Right now, I gotta have a better upload schedule than Markiplier. And I do. So, gotcha. But yeah, I was feeling sad. Nothing like in particular, just a general... I've been not doing a lot, and I'm like, I want to do more stuff, and I want to change up, and I was just moping around. I was basically just watching movies constantly for like the past week or so. Actually, it might have been 10 days. It's been about 10 days since I just started watching movies and not really doing much else. And I did enjoy watching the movies. I watched a lot of good movies. I actually also started back up a thing back in 2022. This is just a personal thing. I don't know if I've talked about it before. I might have. In 2022, I got a leather Legend of Zelda themed journal, and I called it the Journal of Time, very originally, and I just was like, I'm gonna chronicle things that I watch in this book. So I also did some books that I read. I didn't really keep up with the books. I don't read a whole lot, but 2022 was when I was reading a good lot because I was in school, and I hated school. I just wanted to read. Because I'm that kind of nerd, where I'm like, I don't like being in a classroom. I would rather be reading. I haven't read in a while. I have a lot of books that I need to read. But that's not what we're talking about. Journal of Time. I chronicle movies, and I stopped very quickly. I had, like, I don't know, 8 movies that I chronicled in that book in 2022. Not a lot. I was way too in-depth with it. I said the exact time that I started the movie and stopped the movie. Like, I started watching The King's Man at 4:45 p.m. and I finished it at 6:17 p.m. That level of detail. I don't know if that's not I did watch The King's Man is one of the first things in there. But I don't know when I watched it. I don't know. Whatever. I also said the date. I said the exact date and time. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. So, but I restarted journaling in that book, and that has been nice. It makes me feel like I'm doing something when I watch my movies, because I'm like, yay, now I get to record my progress somewhere. So that was nice. I did like watching the movies. I wasn't like, oh no, I'm just watching movies. How sad. Because I do like to watch movies. It was just that I was just watching movies was kind of the problem. I didn't really have the energy to do anything else. I didn't find video games fun at the time. Like, I tried, and I was just like, I'll play this for like 10 minutes and I'll get bored. I don't want to do it. I was just sitting around. And I think it was both a blessing and a curse. What kind of set me into this rut. This is pretty much it. By the way, I mean, this has kind of been in other Powerwash streams. Powerwash is kind of just therapy time for Jason, where I get to vent to, anybody who's willing to listen. It's like, it's not desperate. I vent to people. Vent to people. If you're out there, vent to people. You can find someone to vent. You can find a new person. You can go up or out, if you don't have anyone that you think you can vent to, hey, you probably do, and you just don't realize it. You could try, you can bring up, like, hey, can I vent to you? And then maybe they'll be like, yeah, I can. And worst case scenario, a meteor will hit the earth and you'll all die. And that's the worst case scenario, people always say worst case scenario, and then they say something thing, and they don't realize it's a meteor, Earth, die. Well, maybe that's not the worst. We're not going to get into the worst case scenario. That's not what this is about. But go, and you can maybe even find a new person that you don't know, and you haven't met them before, and you're like, hey, I'm going to vent to you. So get ready, and then maybe you'll make a new friend and you vent to each other. I don't know how to socialize, but I believe you can figure it out. But my rut. I got an audition for a movie, and I got a callback, and then I got a second callback, and I don't think I'm going to be in this movie. I won't go into details of stuff of like what it was. That's all you need to know. There was a movie that I got an audition for, and I was very excited for it. And I got a callback, and then I got a second callback, and I was very happy about that. But now it has been a while, and I think they would have reached out to me to say, hey, you got the part by now. So I'm just going to assume this is like a today I have like fully accepted, okay, I don't have this role. Which sucks. I would very much have enjoyed to be in this movie. I've been in a movie before, and it was the best experience of my life, and I would like to do it again. And if you don't know me, I want to be an actor. So that's why I want to be in a movie. And I know I just gotta keep on trying, and there will always be more like, I know this process of like, oh man, you know, you just gotta keep on auditioning, you know, you gotta not let it bring you down. But I was letting it bring me down because I'm new to the thing, and you know, I gotta get used to it, and I will get used to it. It was just this, I was so excited and hopeful because it was like the first person who had reached back to me, and then I got to a second callback, which is pretty far in an audition process, and I felt good. I felt like I really know this character and would love to be this character. I don't know, it's not like it was from something, it's an original character, but it was a character type that I'm like, I love these kinds of characters. But it was like stupid clown, class clown kind of character, and I love class clown kind of characters. Yeah. I basically got really excited about that, and then I spent my days preparing for it, and then that made me sad that I was just waiting. And pretty much, it was a blessing and a curse, the whole thing. Goofalo Goober, hi, I am streaming, I won't be buying you a pizza. But basically, I got really happy that I had a chance, and like, now that's what I'm coming back with was, hey, I got a second callback, that's pretty far, so good for me, and I just gotta keep on trying, and I'll find stuff and something, and it'll be good. And I also want to try and create my own stuff, and that's another thing of like, I've been trying to make sketches, but also, I've written some sketches, just some like really simple blah blah mini joke kinda sketches, and like I probably should make some of them just because why not, you know? But I don't know, it's hard to find the motivation right now. But I'm getting better. I'm actually recording right now and streaming, which is good. It's progress. I'm making progress. So stuff is getting better. But I was gone because I was sad. And now I'm getting past it. I get in these stages, you know, it just happens, and I can't really control when it happens. Because I haven't been diagnosed with anything. I've never been to a psychiatrist to see, like, what I got. I think there's, like, 4 big ones that's like, yep, it wouldn't surprise me if those... I'm not trying to self-diagnose and say I have all of these things. It's just these are the 4 things that, like, man, if I got one or a mix of those are the ones. Those don't surprise me. It's depression, ADHD. Those are the 2 where I'm like, I think I got those. But I also wouldn't be surprised if I have like a bit of OCD and maybe a bit autistic. But I don't know. I hate to self-diagnose and stuff. It's just based on what I see on internet, other people telling their stories. I'm like, I can relate to this. I have these experiences. But I don't know. That's not really the point. Pretty much just assuming going forward, like, I can't, with depression, I can't, because also, I mean, depressed is just an emotion, so it doesn't necessarily have to be not symptom, the disease, that's not right, the illness, we'll say illness, depression. It can also just be the feeling depression. I did not deport someone, and this shirt that I am wearing is Bob's Big Boy Burger. I like this shirt. It's very comfy. Thank you for asking. What was I saying? Depression. For me, like, I just have to remind myself, it's not necessarily my fault that I'm sad, I can't necessarily control it, and it's okay to, like, wallow a bit. I am all for wallowing in your sadness, because sometimes, at least this is for me, I can't say this is for everybody, but me wallowing in my sadness and fully diving head first into I'm sad right now helps me get over my sadness. It is my fault. Why, thank you, Goofy Little Goober, for your kind words. But diving head first and just being like, yo, I'm a wallow for a bit. It feels great to me. Because, I mean, like, I attribute it to, like, after every storm, there's gonna be a rainbow. And sometimes I just bring on the storm. I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna sit down and watch a show and be miserable. And afterwards, sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes the process, I got a lot of things to think about. But usually that works. A lot of the times I'll have, like, it's been pretty often for me where I'll have like 3 days where I start feeling bad, and then on the third day I just have a big sad day, and I vent to a friend, and I get all sad during the night sitting in bed alone, and then by the morning I forget all of it, and I'm just like, man, life is pretty good because I wallowed and I accepted it and I let it all out, and it's great, and it's good. I'm paralyzed. I can't walk or stand up. I disagree. What are these paintings? Very beautiful. I think these are pictures. These, I don't know what these two are, but this is it's very nice. I don't know what that is. I don't know Final Fantasy. I don't know if that's anything. It's very nice. Put it right on the fridge, as we did. Okay, sad, that's the topic. But yeah, I don't know, controlling my sadness. You don't have to, and sometimes, but you can. It's possible-ish. I don't know. I don't know how best to say it, because also it varies from person to person. Everybody is different, and that's beautiful. And sometimes I just get sad and I forget how beautiful everything is, but then I snap right back and I'm all chipper and I'm like, yippee, the world is shiny and I can do anything! So yeah, and I'm kind of back. Is okay computer the topic? I don't know what that is. Goofy Little Goober, you are trying your hardest to derail me, and you're not really gonna succeed, I don't think. I'm doing pretty well so far. Volcano bombs. What's the other one called? Gold Time Pinball. Cool. Bomb. You right. Bomb indeed. This entire stream isn't just gonna be me talking about me being sad. We're gonna get on to other topics. I got other things in mind. But I'm starting with the sadness because it's why I was gone. As I said, at first it was lazy. It's always lazy. It always starts with lazy and then it continues on into I got sad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm back, and I'm getting back. I'm recording. I've recorded a couple videos right before I was streaming, and now I'm streaming, and I want to try and stream more, and I say that every single time I come back. But now I believe in me, and I believe in my ability to actually be back. So yeah, we're gonna try. And also, because a game that I want to play is coming out, and I want to stream it, and hopefully me, you know, that'll make me stream it. But also there have been other games. It's weird. I don't know, because recording takes a different kind of energy out of me. Or like, it's not just like, oh, I'll casually record, because it's easier for me to play a game by myself than to record, because, you know, I have to be talking when I'm recording, and I like to try and be entertaining, and, you know, not have too much dead air. And also, when I play games by myself, usually, I have a show on in the background, you know, I'm watching Game Grumps, or Markiplier, or Dropout, whatever actual TV show I'm watching, you know? And so streaming and recording and not having that background audio and, like, you know, the absolute freedom to just get up and stop whenever I want, you know, it's a bit tiring. But I do try and I persevere and I will continue to do so. But the game that is it going to be the Lego? I don't know if I'll stream the new Lego Batman. I am very excited for the Lego Batman. That is great news, but also, I mean, that's 2026. It's not about to come out, but I do want to play that. I'll definitely play that on the channel. I don't know if I'll stream it or not. Hang on, Tifa has things to say. I would have loved to punch those goons right in their dumb faces. Probably wouldn't even have needed any materia? I don't know what that is. Speaking of which, do you know about materia and Mako, right? I don't. Simon Mako? Shuchuru? Emil Mako? Did, Emil Mako... Mako is the lifeblood of our planet and every living thing on it. Emil Mako was the one who made... Five Nights at Candy's, right? I know he did... I think. Unless I'm mixing up Simon Mako and Emil Mako, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Simon Mako is Shuchuru, and Emil Mako is Video Game Man. The ancients thankfully learned how to... Well, Krista, okay, never mind. Bye-bye, Tifa. I have not watched Peacemaker Season 2 yet. I think I'm going to wait until it all comes out. But I do want... I watched Peacemaker Season 1. I want to watch Peacemaker Season 2. While I was gone, but back when I was just being lazy, not uploading, it was before I was sad. Actually, the sadness came on right when I finished it. Harley Quinn show. I liked Harley Quinn. The animated show Harley Quinn ran from 2019 to 2025. I don't actually know for sure if it's like over. I think it is. I think there was a thing where maybe the director said like, oh yeah, we might do a season 6, but I don't know, we'll think about it. But I think it's over. I don't know. But I liked the Harley Quinn show. The Harley Quinn show is just my cup of tea. I often bounce between like a Marvel phase and a DC phase. There are 3 things that I always am like obsessing over one of those at a time, and it's Star Wars, Marvel, DC. I always have one of those 3 on the mind. Never 2 at the same time, especially not 3. But yeah, like I like Marvel and I like Star Wars and I like DC, but I go through phases of like obsessing over one at a time. Right now, it's DC. Because I watched Harley Quinn and like Peacemaker's coming out, Superman, you know, there's a lot of good stuff coming out with DC. But Harley Quinn was just my cup of tea. What I love superhero comedy. I think like superhero movies is a great place for comedy movies, and there isn't enough. And Harley Quinn is a great superhero. Well, I guess they're, you know, super villains, and super villains are even better because they can be evil, and being evil is funny. But superhero comedy is the best. Getting to use superpowers for comedy purpose is so good. And I love specifically when DC does comedy, because it's usually so dark. Peacemaker comedy is fantastic. It's such a good... James Gunn is great at what he does. And that's my official stance on the matter. I'm observing my terrain. I'm being the most... This is not how I usually clean things. I'm being very sporadic and just whatever corner I happen to look at, I sprint at it and clean. But superhero comedy is so good. But Harley Quinn, if you haven't watched the Harley Quinn show, I so highly recommend it. I absolutely love that. Some great cast members, because Alan Tudyk is so good in it. He is both Clayface and the Joker, and like you can barely tell that it's the same person doing the same two different voices. Alan Tudyk is a fantastic person at he's so good at what he does. I never really appreciated Alan Tudyk until just recently. I don't know why. I hadn't really seen Alan Tudyk in too many things. Like, I watched Dodgeball once a long time ago, and I liked it. And I, watched Wreck-It Ralph where he was King Candy, but I didn't know him for much. He wasn't a name in my mind. I haven't watched Resident Alien yet. I want to. But for some reason, I saw some interview at some point with Alan Tudyk, and I was just like, I like this guy now. I like him now. I haven't seen him in stuff, but I like him now. And I saw one interview that was like behind the scenes of Creature Commandos with Alan Tudyk, who voices Dr. Phosphorus. And for some reason, that was the thing that made me like, oh, now I gotta watch Creature Commandos. I already wanted to watch Creature Commandos, but it was for some reason the fact that Alan Tudyk was in it that was like the, okay, I'm gonna go watch this now. And I watched Creature Commandos in one night, and I absolutely loved it. I also watched Peacemaker in one night. And I watched the entire first season of Harley Quinn in one day. So I'm good at doing that. I've done it with DC multiple times. Harley Quinn, I watched the entire first season in one day, and then for the other 4 seasons, I took like 2 weeks. So still pretty fast. I mean, I watched 5 seasons in like 2 weeks, which it depends on your schedule. For me, that was kind of slow. I could have watched it faster, but I didn't. But also, it's still fast. I don't know. Lego Batman has comedy that isn't dark. That is also true. I don't say all... The reason that I like DC comedy is because it is usually dark. Not that the comedy is dark, that DC is dark. You know? Because it's so funny to me when you see one adaptation of Batman where he's so dark and angry and brooding, and then you see another where he's just some himbo that gets sad after every single woman that leaves him. He gets so addicted to a relationship and then absolutely traumatized when the person eventually leaves. Because that's what he's like in Harley Quinn. I absolutely love that. And I just love it when you have these people that... And I love the dark stories, don't get me wrong. Like, I am all for, like, oh yeah, dark, gritty superhero stuff. I like it all. I'm very easy to please. That's me. Extremely easy to please when it comes to movies and games and stuff. There is certainly stuff that is not my style, but not most things I am A-okay to watch. I wouldn't say there's much that I actively dislike. There's some stuff that, like, I'm hesitant to watch. Like, I'm not really the type to sit down and watch a documentary. I don't watch documentaries much. But, like, I would if it's a topic that I'm mildly interested in and somebody else was with me and was like, I really want to watch this documentary. I'd be like, okay, let's watch this documentary. I'll chill. Learn about some iguanas or whatever. But yeah, that's just me. I'm so easy to please. There's so many things where people are like, I hated this piece of media. It's garbage. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. And it's a shame on everything else that ever existed. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty good. I had a good time. But yeah. made that noise. I'm sorry. I'm not very sorry, but I'm a little bit sorry. I never said, the game that I plan on playing when it comes out in... When did it come out? 4 days? Does it come out on Friday? I think it comes out on Friday. No, it was the 27th. I want to stream Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I want to stream the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. I haven't played many Metal Gear Solid games. I own Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Haven't played it all that. I've restarted it a couple times. I've never made that much progress on it. I almost started streaming it, but then I was like, well, Metal Gear Solid 3 is about to come out, and I'm definitely going to want to stream that, and it's probably going to take me a long time to stream all of Metal Gear Solid 5. So I held off, and I didn't start that yet. But at some point, I do want to stream Metal Gear Solid 5. I want to play Metal Gear Solid 3, and the only other Metal Gear game I've played, I did finish it, and I recorded it. You can go watch me play Metal Gear Rising Vengeance. I did play that one. But also, that one's very different from the other Metal Gear games. But yeah, I'm going to play Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So get ready for that. It's in 2 days, I think. I think it's the 27th that's going to come out, and I plan on streaming. I might not start it day of if I have some other stuff going on. And if I have other stuff going on, yeah. Also, earlier I said that I auditioned for a thing in a movie, a part in a movie, and I don't think I got it because they haven't reached out yet. If they do reach out and I get that part, I'm going to be gone for when that's happening, and that'll be happening soon if I do get the part. It's said in September, so September, I might immediately be gone again. But it'll be for a valid reason other than just, I mean, me being sad and lazy is a valid reason to me. Because I just can't, right? I would not produce good content at that time, and also I don't want. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying switching stuff up. I'm gonna get better at making videos consistently, and those videos are going to get better, you know, when I make them. They will be of higher quality, hopefully, you know, just by me experience. I get funnier and funnier by the day, of course, naturally. Alright, I got hopes. We'll see. Stuff will happen. I want to make more sketches. I want to try and get to I would love to get to the point where, like, I'm just cranking out sketches and it's like, new sketch every Monday. And if you know what that's a reference to, good job. Well, I want to clean. That's 36% done. It feels like more than that, but also this place is still dirty as hell. The roof? How did it get on the roof? What happened? Oh no. Oh, okay. Let's clean the kitchen. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay. I've said multiple times, like, ooh, I'm gonna bring back Even the Losers. I'm writing some stuff for it. And I did write some stuff for it. But also, I want to make Even the Losers. Okay, you hear it? I'm gonna fully explain, if you don't know what Even the Losers is. I made one episode, and it was a sort of a sitcom. It wasn't really an episode, it was a sketch. It was 5 minutes long, but it was sort of a sitcom sort of thing, and you can go watch it on my channel. It's alright. I made it under pressure because it was made for a school class. If I was given more time to work on that, it would have been a bit higher quality, but for what it was, I'm proud of how it turned out. But it's just a little sketch. So people have found it funny that I have spoken to. Maybe you'll find it funny. Overall, I'm proud of it. But Even the Losers is a sitcom series that I want to make, and, like, I want to make it. Believe me, I do. because I genuinely do love the idea of Even the Losers. But also, the problem is I want to do it right. I want to make it with, like, the actors, with, like, you know, skilled actors, because Malcolm and Rob, good friends of mine, they're not the best actors. We've had conversations about this, and we've had conversations where it's like, I'm going to teach you to be a better actor, and then we get distracted, and we don't do that. I don't teach them anything. I tried once with Rob, and it was just us in the bathroom making faces, and at some point I was like, clench your jaw. Yeah, that's good. And I was like, okay, that's weird. We're done with this. It was just, if you're just outside the bathroom, you would just hear me whispering like, try clenching your jaw. But yeah, that's good. And that was it. So, but I have ideas. I have so many ideas, but I want it to be done right. And I want it to be done with a budget and with a more, I would love help. Because, like, right now I would have a crew of, like, I think max right now, people that I know and will work for free. I have a cast and crew of, like, 8 people, which is not enough. And also scheduling. Scheduling people who are in high school is impossible because, A, they are in high school and college, because now the people who are in high school are in college, and I don't have money to wave in their face, so they're like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can stop my job and do this. You know, they have work and they have school and they're never free. And that's the main thing I would say that is keeping me back from doing it, is just I don't want to have to schedule with these people because I want more. And I know what I want Even the Losers to be. My dream for Even the Losers is to manage to pitch it to some show producer and then get a show. My dream, for a very specific reason, would be get it to FX, which is that's a very big hope. That is, you know, I'm just an 18-year-old nobody saying, ooh, yeah, I can get an FX show, no problem. There's many problems with that. And I believe that if I persevere long enough, and if I hold on to Even the Losers for long enough, I believe in me. If I persevere and I keep trying and I become a better and better and more known actor, and I be in things, someday I believe in me to work up to having an FX show. But the specific reason I want it to be on FX is that makes it all the more likely that I could get an Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossover with Even the Losers. Which, again, this is just, I'm a small little nobody dreaming huge dreams. And feel free to laugh at me. You know, if you're like, oh, you dumb little idiot, you'll never get there. I don't care. I disagree. Agree to disagree. I believe if I try, I can do it. And I'm going to try. But yeah, I want to make Even the Losers right, because I feel like I've got something good there with Even the Losers and with my ideas that I have had in my brain. But I do definitely kind of want to make a pilot. I think if I do anything soon-ish, I do have a specific episode that I'm like, if people are free and available, I can film that this winter. Where my cat's upstairs. I could film it this winter, and I might do that, because I have a pilot in mind. An episode that I was like, ooh, that could be a good pilot to show. You know, demonstrate some of the characters, and also show what the usual plot would be. Because there's an episode that I really, really like the idea for, and I don't really need much of a budget to do it. But it wouldn't be a good pilot, because it is not a usual adventure for the characters. It is a very different adventure. And you only appreciate the different adventures that people have when you have so many of their usual adventures. You know, it feels different and it feels exciting. Because, like, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, most episodes they're just going to be doing something weird in the bar, you know, or like, you know, maybe they'll go on slight adventures, you know, they'll go to somebody's apartment or a, you know, a restaurant or whatever, but that's still a usual episode. But then there are the unusual episodes where either they like change up the genre of the episode, because like there's an episode the janitor always mops twice, which is a full like black and white noir drama. I absolutely love that episode. But you wouldn't appreciate that episode if that was the first episode that you saw. You wouldn't know this is very different and funny. You know, because if you just saw that, you'd be like, oh, okay, so this show is a noir drama, and that's why it's called Always Sunny in Philadelphia, is because it's all black and white. You can't tell it's sunny. Ha ha ha. It's not good. You only appreciate the different episodes when you have the usual episodes. And so I have an episode that I'm like, that's a really good episode, but it's a strain. It's not their usual stuff, so I need to get something with their usual stuff. And so I got an idea. I don't want to spoil anything, but I got an idea. And maybe this winter I will make a pilot. Because a pilot is a pilot, you know? You can always change things about a pilot. The pilot of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which if you don't know, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is just, it's a sitcom. It's my favorite sitcom and my favorite show. I absolutely love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The 17th season ended recently, last Thursday, and I have watched that season, and I have enjoyed that season. But anyway, the thing about a pilot is you can change it, because like the pilot for Always Sunny in Philadelphia is very different. Character names were different. Not very different. Charlie still ended up being Charlie, but you know, Dennis was Glenn in the pilot for Always Sunny. They all just had their actor names, which they're all kind of named after themselves anyway, because Charlie is Charlie. Charlie Day plays the character Charlie. Robert McElhenney, or now Rob Mack, played the character Mac, you know, but in the pilot his name was Rob, and Glenn Howerton plays Dennis. Dennis, Glenn, Glennis, you know, it's kind of the same name. So just things change, you know, actors change. They did have some actors who changed. Their inspirations changed, because in the pilot of Always Sunny, they all were aspiring actors. But then they changed that to they're just bar owners and deadbeats, pretty much. And so, like, I can make my pilot, and, like, maybe I can get lucky enough to show it to someone who will be like, this is good. Let me hook you up with a budget. And that would be my dream. I don't even need that large of a budget. I pretty much just need a team. I need a crew. I need actors who I know can be good and I can get along with for many seasons. And stuff and such. I got big dreams. I'm still dreaming. And hopefully I'll get better at acting upon those dreams. I'm taking steps. Baby steps. Hey, wall. Why is this an elevator? Does this lead to a big secret underground lair? That's my guess. This is an elevator mechanism. I don't know Final Fantasy. It's big secret underground lair. It's the Batcave. Batcave is down there. I don't know. Be clean. Pinball machine isn't clean. Yeah, you're telling me you're gonna look me in my eyes and tell me? There we go. Become clean. I order you, elevator mechanism. Be clean. Yes. Very good. Okay. Next. See, if you're like right, you know, if you're here, wow, look at how clean and nice this place is. It's good. It's good. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything's fine. We're cooking with gas. Also, other news channel, I just remembered. I posted it right before I started streaming. A couple days ago, I made a poll on YouTube, and I said, how long should my episodes be? My usual... Hello, phone. My usual gaming episodes, how long should they be? I forgot about the trident. I gave 3 options. Should my usual videos stay around 40 minutes, be 30 minutes, or be 20 minutes? And 30 minutes with 4 votes won. So yeah. There were 5 votes on the thing in total, and, you know, most of them said 30. So, I'll listen to you. We'll have 30-minute episodes be my main usual episodes now. So, like, My Friendly Neighborhood, which I'm playing, and I will continue, and Banjo-Kazooie. I will finish Banjo-Kazooie. I know I started it a while ago. I'm gonna finish it. We're right near the end of it. I bet I got, like, 2-3 episodes left. We're gonna finish Banjo-Kazooie. Don't worry. I believe. I believe. I believe. You believe. I believe. We believe in me. The power of Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. I'll finish it. And I'll play more games afterwards. And I will finish My Friendly Neighborhood. I haven't been uploading. I would be uploading those games if I was uploading. But I haven't been uploading. But that's okay. Okay? You gotta believe me. Also, the Helldivers DLC. When does that come out? Is that tomorrow? Is that today? When is the Helldivers DLC? This is very, you know, it would be faster if I did this on my computer. I'm just gonna tab out here for a second. Helldivers ODST release date. August 26th at 8 a.m. EDT. When is that for me? I don't know. Tomorrow. So, you know, tomorrow you can expect a Helldivers stream. I bet my friends want to do it. We're gonna be playing Helldivers. We're gonna be ODST. So yeah, probably tomorrow. Talking a Halo crossover. Hell yeah, I am. If you don't know, Halo and Helldivers 2 are going to have a crossover, and it comes out tomorrow, where in Helldivers 2, you can be an ODST member. And I am excited for that. Have I done a Helldivers stream? I don't think I have. I haven't played. Of my friends, I am the least experienced in Helldivers. Rob has like 80, 90 hours. Wesley has like 150. Though some of that might be his brother. Him and his brother use the same account, so I don't know if that's all Wesley. His profile has like 150 hours. And Malcolm has like 50, 60. And I have like 35. So yeah. I mean, 35 hours in a game, like, that's, you know, it's not necessarily nothing. It's not nothing, you know? It depends. There are some people who are like, I have 700 hours in every single game that I play. And I don't want that for me. Anyway, probably go play some Helldivers. You know where you can find some Helldivers content is on my Patreon. I haven't uploaded my Patreon in a bit. I have a Patreon. You can go and you can join it for free and get some extra content. I don't actually know if the Helldivers... There's some raw footage of... I recorded us playing Helldivers with the intention of doing like a Helldivers funny moments, but I'm lazy, so I never did that. But yeah, you can go watch raw footage of us playing Helldivers. You might have to pay me. There were multiple videos. I'm guessing maybe one of them you don't have to pay me, but one of them you do have to pay me. But it's like 3 hours of us playing Helldivers, so you know, you can pop on over to Patreon if you want that. I also have a Discord server, a new Discord server, which I shall actually put some effort into moderating so it doesn't end up like the last one, a goofy little goober. And other people who want to join it, come, feel free. At some point, if I start getting more successful, I'll probably make that like an exclusive. I don't know. I don't know. Do these adjust? They do adjust, but I don't need to because my head is minuscule. I need to start networking, and I need to meet people who can actually get me into acting business. You know, people who will be like, hey, I know there's a thing happening, and thought you might want to check it out. Or, hey, I'm making a thing. Wanna be in it? And I'll say, heck yeah! What's on today's menu? Soft drinks. What's dirty? What is dirty about you? Why is the... Oh, it's the whole barrier. This poster isn't a window. Okay, soft drinks, Sprite or Soda Star, a coffee drink, milk coconut, snack enjoy, and special day drink. I sure do love snack enjoy. I am big enjoy snack enjoy. And it is a sprinkle of dirty dirt. Ooh, I'm going to get you dirt. Where dirt? There dirt. Dirt, yeah. Dangin'. Everything's dangin'. Big old ding dong day. Get clean, you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Is that thing? Spike rack, are you clean? You are. Spice. I said spike rack. You do gotta have a spike rack for all your spikes, you know? Wooden spikes, steel spikes, iron spikes, maybe a stone spike, you know? It's like a stalactite, but, you know, it's still a spike. You can have, like, a, you know, quills, maybe, of, like, a hedgehog, you know? Some tiny ones, and you're like, wow, wow, wow! And it's like, you know, you got very tiny little throwing star sort of dealios. As I said, I have been writing sketches. I've written like a couple tiny, stupid little sketches. I might make them all into one video. There's one that I want to make, and I was like, I asked my friend, like, hey, do you want to be in this? I didn't really get a response. And I would have made it if I got a response, but I didn't. I should probably start seeing about asking other people, hey, do you want to be in it? Because it's 3 characters. And I would like to not have to play all 3 of them by myself, you know? But yeah, so far I've made 1 sketch that I really want to make, and then a couple other sketches where I'm like, if I'm bored, I might pop in front of a green screen and make those. You gotta start off small, you know? You can't start... I want to be an actor, you know? I can't start by saying, like, I'm not going to accept any job unless I get to be, you know, like a Robert Downey Jr. level role. Because I'm not Robert Downey Jr. level, so I gotta start off small and make my own sketches. And for those, I probably gotta start off a little stupid and just make whatever I can. That machine gun on the table belongs to a friend of mine, Barrett. Okay. Didn't need to know that. Talking a lot. Yep, Tifa Lockhart. He's as big and hot-headed as a behemoth, but he's got a heart of gold. He also cares about our planet more than anyone else I know. Okay. I should replay a Resident Evil game soon. Resident Evil 9! Requiem. It's gonna come out. I'm excited. The Buster Sword belongs to my childhood friend Cloud. That part I did know. But also, that's the iconic part. The iconic character. Why isn't that light clean? There we go. He left to join soldier when we were kids. Now he's out and helping us take on the company. He might not show it, but if you clean up his Buster Sword too, I'm sure it'd make his day. I already did. That's literally the second thing I cleaned in here, right after the pizza sign. No need to tell me, sugar. Baby, darling. La 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 la. All about the la la la's. Love going la la la. You ever try just going la la la? It's very nice. Heavily recommended. Some of the movies I've been watching. I mentioned I've been watching a lot of movies the past couple days. I'll say what I've been watching. I watched a good bit of horror movies. I was in a kind of a horror mood. I'm gonna try and relay them in order that I watched them. And if I'm wrong, I can't really say, like, I don't remember. But I'm gonna try and say all the movies in the order. The first night that I restarted, journaling my movies, I watched not horror movies, I watched rom-coms. I watched 3 rom-coms in one night. I watched The Holiday from 2006 with Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Jude Law, and another lady whose name I don't remember, but I think it might have been Jennifer? But The Holiday was a fantastic movie. I really liked The Holiday. If you like rom-coms, it's not really a com, it's just a romantic movie. But I really liked The Holiday. I thought it was very good. Then, after that, I watched She's All That from 1999 with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard and other people I don't know. The guy who plays Foggy Nelson in Daredevil, he was in it. He was in She's All That. I didn't know that, and I was excited when I saw him. After She's All That, I watched I Want You Back. I Want You Back was another good, very, very good rom-com. It was starring Charlie Day, who is Charlie from Always Sunny, as I was talking about, and it has Jenny Slate, who she's Jean-Ralphio's sister, Mona Lisa, from Parks and Recreation. She was in Venom, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And I cannot right now recall other roles by her, but I do like Jenny Slate. She played Harley Quinn in the Lego Batman movie, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Jenny Slate, she's very good. And that was a great movie. I Want You Back is pretty much 2 people, Charlie Day and Jenny Slate, get broken up with at the same time, and then they happen to meet each other at work. They work in the same building, not the same job. And then they make a plan where they're like, hey, let's sabotage our ex's relationships so then they get back with us. And they try to do that, and it doesn't go as expected, and antics ensue. I really like that movie. Highly recommend it. What did I watch after that? And then I watched Pacific Rim, which is a very different movie. This is the next day. The next day I watched Pacific Rim, which also has Charlie Day, and I've never seen Pacific Rim before. Pacific Rim was what I thought Neon Genesis Evangelion was gonna be. I watched Evangelion. I might have talked about it in a stream at some point. I really liked Evangelion. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be big robots fighting aliens or whatever. And there was big robots fighting aliens or whatever, but it wasn't really about the big robots fighting the aliens or whatever. You know, that was like a subplot kind of thing. It felt more like. But Pacific Rim was entirely about big robots fighting aliens or whatever. It wasn't entirely. There was other stuff going on, but it was very good. And Charlie Day was in it, and Ron Perlman's in it, and Idris Elba's in it, and they all did very good. I liked Pacific Rim. I think it's the first Guillermo del Toro movie I've watched. I haven't really watched much of his stuff. There might have been. You know, I started playing Death Stranding, which he's in, so that's my Guillermo del Toro stuff. I haven't played a lot of Death Stranding. I played it for like 5 hours so far. I intend to play more of it. I do want to finish it. Death Stranding 1, by the way. I'm starting from the beginning. And that was like a month or so ago I started that. Other movie. Next movie I watched after Pacific Rim. This was the next day. I only watched one movie that day. Next movie was Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba. So I did a little, you know, like Charlie Day movie, Charlie Day and Idris Elba movie, Idris Elba movie. So that was nice. I like it when I do that. But Heads of State is a new movie, 2025. I highly recommend it. It's an action movie where John Cena plays the U.S. president and Idris Elba plays the UK Prime Minister, and they have to team up and do, you know, Die Hard stuff. And I really like that movie. Jack Quaid is in it as a little cameo kind of appearance. Not really cameo, bigger role. Just a character role, I would say. But it was very good. Kind of exactly, not what I meant, kind of exactly what I want out of an action movie. Because it was good action, you know, not like John Wick, the best level action, but there were some cool stuff, you know, it was entertaining. It was like, look at the explosions, pretty lights, So it was satisfying action, definitely, and a good cast. Idris Elba, John Cena, both great actors that did very good in those roles. And great soundtrack. It didn't have too many songs, but the songs that it had, I liked. It had a great scene with Beastie Boys' Sabotage. And Sabotage was a great song for that scene. That was Jack Quaid's scene. If you don't know, Jack Quaid plays Huey in The Boys. And yeah, Heads of State, very good movie, heavily recommend. What did I watch after Heads of State? Because I watched two movies that night. I watched Heads of State, and then I watched another movie. I don't know. I don't remember. So I'm just going to go to a movie that I remember watching. I watched Carrie from 1979. People call it a horror classic. I don't say it's a horror movie. It's a thriller. I'd say it's a thriller. It's a thriller or a drama. A drama thriller. Because, like, it's a thriller at the end, but for the entire rest of the movie, it's just a drama. Not a horror. Not a horror. In my opinion. But yeah, I liked it. It was alright. Carrie from 1979. There are also two other Carries. There's a 2002 Carrie and a 2013 Carrie, I believe. It's Carrie. It was alright. It was pretty good. I don't heavily. There's boobs in it. There's a lot of boobs. There's a lot of. There's a lot of naked girls in it. It's like questionable. Of like, oh, I think these are supposed to be like high school students. I don't know. I don't know if I should be watching this. This doesn't feel right, and it's questionable. But it was the 70s. You know, everybody was naked in the 70s, apparently. At least in that movie. I also watched Terrifier. This is getting more into the horror movies that I was talking about. I watched Terrifier, which, if you don't know, is the Art the Clown, which you might recognize him. Black and white clown, killer man. You might recognize the person if you don't know, if you don't recognize her from the name. Did I say Terrorizer? Because I meant Terrifier. I always say Terrorizer, and I don't know if I said Terrorizer. But Terrifier, I liked Terrifier. It was a good movie. Not necessarily like my favorite horror movie, but it was pretty solid. And I know it was like a micro-budget movie. I think the first one had budgeted like $60,000, which is not really that much for a movie. It was good. And I know Terrifier isn't the first thing with Art the Clown. Art the Clown actually first appeared in a movie called All Hallows Eve. But All Hallows Eve wasn't on any of the streaming services that I have, or at least I didn't see it on any of them, so I didn't watch it, and I skipped straight to Terrifier. I've not yet watched Terrifier 2 or 3, though I do intend to at some point. I also watched... a movie that I really, really liked. The Voices from 2015, I believe. The Voices was a movie with... I know what I watched before Heads of State. But I'm going to talk about... I watched Siberia with Keanu Reeves right before I watched Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba. Siberia was an alright movie. Keanu Reeves did good in it. Like, it wasn't a bad movie necessarily. It was the type of movie where I'm like, I watched that once, I don't want to watch it again. I've witnessed this once and I am satisfied. I don't regret watching it, but I'm not gonna, necessarily recommend it to my friends. And I don't plan on rewatching it. But it was good. Good one-time watch. Which, like, you gotta have those movies. I don't regret it. Was it the best? Nah. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10 total, but, like, it's still 6. It's above a 5. There's boobs in it. There's sex in it. There's a lot of sex in it. Pretty sure you get to see Keanu Reeves' ass in that one, so, hooking you up, giving you the tasty deets. Well, everything except for this little corner and the ceiling appears to be clean. I don't want to do... Why does it say customer floor? I mean, I feel like you could just say the floor. It's just the floor. There's no... Oh, wait, this is the staff area floor. Never mind, they're different. There's a separating line here. I see it. Okay. But The Voices with Ryan Reynolds from 2015 is a fantastic movie that I highly recommend. Basically, I won't spoil too much, but Ryan Reynolds is a man who lives an average life, He's got a good job. Well, not a good job, but he's got a job. And he meets a girl that he really likes. And also, his cat and dog talk to him. And only he hears them. They are the voices that he... Hence the title. But I highly recommend watching The Voices. It's a gory movie, I'll say. There is some gore in it, so if you don't like gory movies, maybe don't watch it. But I love a good gore, so yeah, I love The Voices. Heavily recommend watching The Voices. It's just a fun romp if you don't mind the gore. It's a good bit of gore. It was a fun romp to me. And you can watch that movie and then be like, Jason, this is what you consider a fun romp? What the hell is wrong with you? But I very much recommend. He's got a big, cute mastiff that talks to him, and all the voices of, like, the voices that only he can hear are all done by Ryan Reynolds. And so his mastiff Bosco is like, which mastiff is a dog, if you don't know, it's a dog. He's got like a deep southern kind of accent, and there's a point where he's like, I think right about now's a good time for a walk. I very much like that voice, and his cat was Scottish. Yeah, good movie, The Voices. Anna Kendrick was in it, also. And those are the only 2 actors I recognize in it. But I very much like that movie. Heavily recommend. What else did I watch? These are the movies that I watched like days and days ago. I don't know how I remember those ones, but I don't remember what I watched last night. Can't believe how amazing this place looks, and you're not even finished. Yeah, just working on your disgusting and treacherous roof. What did I watch last night? I watched a movie last night, and I was like, that was a good movie. I know. Oh, I watched Teen Wolf last night. Oh, God. I need to help with the final preparations for that job in Sector 1, so I've got to run, but I'll have the Cloud come by to give the place a once-over when I'm finished. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Teen Wolf. I like Teen Wolf. If I had to choose 3 movies to just encapsulate the 80s, I'd say Teen Wolf is a pretty good choice. As well as Back to the Future. I'm not going to say those are my official answers, you know, but those are 2 that I can, like, definitely understand those being the choice to just encapsulate what 80s movies were. Teen Wolf and Back to the Future, which, you know, good for Michael J. Fox. Either way, he's up there. I also watched Honey Don't, which is a new movie that pretty much just came out. I think it came out on the 22nd of August. It's the 25th right now. I watched it in the theaters last yesterday, and I liked it. It's a bit of an offbeat movie. I can understand if it's like not quite someone's speed of movie. It's a bit slow and a bit disconnected. Like, there are some things where it's like, okay, yeah, that worked into the plot, but they really didn't do much with it. It felt kind of throwaway to the plot, you know? Mainly when she sees her dad, and that felt kind of like, oh, that he's here and he's gone, and it didn't come up again. Okay, whatever. This is kind of like that. This is a bit confusing. A lot of sex in it. A lot of boobs, lesbian sex in it. If you want to see lesbian sex in a movie, watch Honey Don't. Charlie Day was also in it, and he did great. I think he was my favorite character. Everybody did great in it. Honey Don't, if you don't know, cast Charlie Day, Chris Evans. I forget the main girl's name, but I'm pretty sure it's the same girl who was in movies like The Nice Guys and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I forgot what her name is, but she did good. And I feel like there were other people that I recognized in it, but also I don't remember. Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza was in it. I know Aubrey Plaza. She is April in Parks and Recreation, if you don't know. And if you don't know, Chris Evans is Captain America. And also in a bunch of other stuff. But most people are gonna... You can name a bunch of roles by Chris Evans, and then they'll just be, oh, Captain America, I know that guy. So everybody knows Captain America. It's Captain America. Oh yeah! America! Yeah! America! Yeah! And that's all. That's all I have to say about that. Do I ever call someone a Jew on an online game? No, I don't. No, I don't. Not generally ever. I don't know if I've ever actually in real life met a Jewish person. It's possible that I have, and I just don't know. But like I bet at some point I had to have met someone who happens to be Jewish. But I do not live in a Jewish area. Most of the people around me, I believe, are Mormon. Not big into knowing. I'm not a very religious man, and I'm not really gonna get into it, because I want to talk about movies. What movies did I watch? I watched a lot of movies, and I like a lot of movies. I rated pretty much all of the movies that I watched very highly, all like 9 or 10 out of 10, because I also do just a short... I get my book of little movies has some like bullshit ratings where I'm just like, I just so casually throw out 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And the only thing that I've rated thus far lower than that, I believe, was Siberia, which I think I gave a 6.5. I watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the movie from 2012, I think? Maybe 2015? I think it was 2015. 2015. Locking it in. 2015. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It is an action movie with Henry Cavill, and Hugh Grant has a minor role in it, and those are the only two actors I recognized. Henry Cavill did very good in it. I loved Henry Cavill's accent in it. He did a very all-American, like, hello, I'm from America. La la la, America, democracy. A very all-American, you know, Boy Scout kind of voice, which I very much liked his voice, and that was very fun to me. Basically, in A Man from U.N.C.L.E., it is the 1960s, and a U.S. CIA agent and a Russian KGB agent have to work together to solve a dastardly crime. And it's based off of an old TV show, and I like that movie. It was very good. Also, sort of like exactly what I want out of a movie. An action movie. It was very good action, it was very funny. I like it. And all of these movies that I've watched, I do recommend. Except maybe Siberia. I'm sorry, Siberia. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What other movies did I watch? What movies have I written down? What muscle memory can I remember? I do not recall. I could, like, the journal's literally behind me. You know what, we'll, oh god. Move chair. There we go. We'll take my journal, we'll read an entry, we'll turn off the power washer whilst I read an entry. Hang on, let's get full screen for this. Was that full screen? Did the thing do? The thing did. Hi, I'm Jason Hahn. And we're gonna, this is my, look at that, wow, The Legend of Zelda, and it's fancy, it's got a little thing, it's got the, like, built-in bookmark, it's pretty cool. I got my nose. Okay. What have we here? Smile! I forgot about Smile, but yeah, you can see, like, here, I mean, that's not a very full, hang on, let me get to that. You can see here, just movies that I've watched. Paul and Freelance and Speak No Evil. I forgot about those. But yeah, here's some good movies. And I just have little things where I wrote down and I was like, wow, I like this movie. Speak No Evil, James McAvoy was incredibly good. Love that movie. Paul, comedy from 2011. It's Nick Frost and Simon Pegg and Seth Rogen is Paul, the alien. Heavily recommend it. Good movies. Good movies. Speak No Evil was genuinely very... I wanted to watch it in theaters, but then I forgot to. Right when Speak No Evil was coming into theaters was when there were, like, 8 movies that I wanted to watch in theater, and I watched, like, 2 of them. But I very much like Speak No Evil. James McAvoy was so charming in that movie. It's like, man, I might have let this man do these horrible things to me. There was, like, he was so threatening yet charming at the same time. Exactly what the movie needed, and he did a fantastic job. It's a more horror thriller. I'd call it a thriller rather than a horror, but yeah. Thriller movie, and it was very good. Speak No Evil. Freelance is another movie that I watched. It was an action movie from 2022 or 2023. It is starring John Cena and Alison Brie, who, if you don't know, she is most notably Annie from Community, but she was also like the voice of Unikitty from Lego Movie, Unikitty. And she's done other stuff. She was in Together with Dave Franco. They're married, Alison Brie and Dave Franco, which I didn't know until I watched the Good Mythical Morning episode with Dave Franco and Alison Brie. So, you know, that's how I learn about things. But Freelance, it was a pretty good movie. I wouldn't say it's like the perfect action movie, but it is a satisfactory action movie. I don't think you would necessarily regret watching it. I mean, it's hard for me to regret watching a movie. I genuinely would say I've never regretted watching a movie. But yeah, freelance, basically there's like a journalist is going into a country that's experiencing a lot of like war and stuff, and the president, who never gives speeches, interviews, is interviewing her, and she hires John Cena as a bodyguard, and then stuff goes awry, and it's like, wow, I need this bodyguard, oh no. It was pretty good. Solid watch. Some guys in the background of Freelance, was like, yeah, that guy doesn't know how to use a gun. That wasn't the best gun use acting, but that's alright. Even I know this is not the way that things are done. But I'm always willing to forgive. As I said, I'm very easy to please with movies. I know there's little specks everywhere, but I'm like, can I get them big specs and then not have to worry with those little specks? Yeah, baby. Is this the last? Well, no. If it was the last area, it would just say, ceiling, and then maybe there's only 4 items left. And once I do this ceiling, it'll be like, congratulations, you're almost done. And then it'll tell me the things that I need, the tiny things. Something in Paul, which is one of the movies that I watched, I mentioned. I just realized I was in Paul, I recognized almost every actor that had a speaking role in that movie. I think there were only like 3-4 characters in that movie that I didn't recognize who the actor was. Because it was the bartender lady in the alien bar. Not the alien, like the alien, you know, it was a human bar that was alien themed. The bartender, I didn't recognize her. I didn't recognize the lady who played the old lady at the end. I didn't recognize the kid who was the kid. What was his name? Keith Nash. Because his name was specifically mentioned in the show, in the movie. Well, how do I... J? It's just escape. Okay, back bar top. 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 Backroom pipe. Backroom pipe. Get clean. Okay. What did I just look at? That was dirt pot. Pot. Potter. Pot. Pot. Clean pot. Clean pot. Clean pot. Clean pot. Clean pot. Yeah. Step stool. Step stool. Double cleaning. Not trouble boxes. Boxes. Box, dirty box, and another one, and 2 for 2, baby, 2 for 1, I should say. Box, how is box dirty? Box is so dirty, dirty little box, dirty, has the pox. I did not finish the fridge, I swear I finished the fridge. I finished the fridge door. There is a very important and notable difference between the fridge and the fridge door. I cannot clean this fridge. It is impossible. You have given me an impossible task, and yet you ask me. Yes, there we go. What else? What else do we need to clean? Kitchen vent, kitchen vent, kitchen vent, kitchen vent, vent in the kitchen. What? Kitchen vent, kitchen vent, kitchen vent, kitchen vent To be honest, I don't actually know what a transistor radio is. I don't know what kind of a radio a transistor radio is. But that's fine. Let's just be satisfied with watching this time lapse. Are you enjoying the time lapse? Huh, not bad. That's exactly what Cloud sounds like. It's me, Cloud Strife. That place looks quite large. We shall not clean it. This shall be the end of the stream we approach. But I shall observe the location, for I wish to. Oh. It's actually not that large, it's just a little smaller. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like the entire room, but it's just this small. I mean, even if it was the entire room, I thought it was gonna be a big cathedral. What does this button do? Absolutely nothing. Good, 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 as it should be. So next time on Jason On, we shall be cleaning the Mako Energy exhibit. Goodbye.
Thank you for coming to this stream. You know, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Okay, bye-bye now. Have a good day. I have a Patreon and I have a Discord. Feel free to join them. You can join them for free. More streams hopefully coming soon. Helldivers. Actually, if tomorrow I want to do Helldivers, because ODST, and then if the next day I want to do Metal Gear, because it's coming out. Metal Gear. Okay. Bye.